Custom Quota for Landscape Gardeners. Thank you for coming to check out Custom Quota. We want you to know that we are here to work together with you to make the most complete software for your business. We know that every business is different and will need specific individual features. So we welcome your suggestions and we will make the system better and better. So the things you see here now may change if you sign up because we're always adding new features and improving the system. But this is a dashboard that you log in on. Here you can see 16 estimates. These are your quotes, your invoice, your chaseable. Obviously this is within a dummy account. So here you've got your quotes that you've sent, and here you've got your chase list, which I'll show you how you set up in a minute. But firstly, if I start to create a new job, so when we come to this section, we have the option of adding a new user or a new client, or we can look from within our client list. So obviously we can only see 5 here, but as you start typing here, you'll see that it automatically adjusts to find you the specific client that you have already. So if I click in to use this, so here now we land in an estimate. Here you've got your logo and your details, which I'll show you where you set up in a minute. Here you can see now this is an unsent form. Once you send it, then it will become sent, and then once the client reads it, it will become read so that you can see when the client's read it. So if I show you, the idea of this section is to save you time and improve your conversion rates. So many landscape gardeners also do maintenance jobs for garden maintenance, and at the end of the month they need to send out all their invoices for their maintenance, which takes a lot of time, many hours. And we want to show you how you can do that within minutes here. So if I've got my existing client list, I open this up from an existing client. I can click on this button, add from previous, come here to garden maintenance, and then here we'll have a list of all the different garden maintenance stuff. Obviously this is a dummy, so this is actually a fencing, but you'd have all the different elements that you'd do. So you can check the different elements that you do for that that you've done for this specific client. Add this into the quote, as an invoice. You'd open an invoice, not an estimate, but that's fine. So here you've got this, you've got the details. If you did a few more hours for this specific job, you can change the hours. The price will automatically adjust. If you've added something you didn't want, you can get rid of that. If you had a new item that is just random and it's not used here, you can add that in here as a specific item. But the idea is you can create this and send that through immediately. But I'm just going to delete these for the purpose of this, because what I also want to show you is that the faster you invoice, the better your conversion rates. And the idea is if someone calls you now so here we've got calculated products and we've got fixed products, but the power and the estimation tool is within the calculated products. So if someone calls you round to their garden and needs new fencing the whole way around, so you can do the measurements, and this all works on tablet and mobile phone, so you can do this at the job. But someone asks you for the fence, you measure it, the total run of fence, so say 52 meters. We're going to have 4 corners, we're going to have 4 end posts. We want a gate, let's say 2 gates, one at the front and one at the back, or whatever you choose. Let's just have one. So gravel board style, we want rock face, panel styling, so you can choose what different panel styling you've got, and post mix, yes. So here straight away we click calculate, and we've got the whole job calculated out for us. So obviously this is preset. You can make these forms as complex as you want, and you can have as many different variations as that you need. So you can custom make these specifically for your business. So here we can then just add this to the quote. That will automatically send to the quote. And if we had, for instance, a new patio, so you can have as many calculated products as you want. You can here set the width, the length, the base type, whether you need MOT and sand or cement. You can do as many functions as you want. And again, so if I just show you this one, calculate, and automatically the cost of the job is here. But for the purpose of this, I won't add anything else in. So we've got the cost here. then automatically we send this through. I'll show you where you select your invoice, where you can select your different templates for your invoice. But here you can see we've pulled through the customer's name. We haven't yet set a name for this job as I've just created a new one, but we don't have to now send this. We can come back to this in a minute. And here you've got a payment button. So in the payment button is if you want to take payments, you can set the payment system up. And then above here, you'll get another drop down that will ask you what percentage you want or if there's a specific price. And then you can send this through. So if I just come to here, if we come through to jobs, so here you can see the job that we created and this is untitled. So I can just open this, change the title of the job to New Garden Fence. Select what category I want to put that into, so fencing. So when I come here after, I can search for specific jobs. Write your description here. And then here, I'll show you in a minute where, but you've got your site surveys, you've got your, so this is your job documents that you want to do a job. And here you've got all your health and safety reports, your risk assessments. If you need to attach these to a job, you can add these in. So I select this. So here now we can add notes to the job. So if we need to have any notes for when we're coming to actually fit, we can have that set here. We've got videos and images that you can upload here. So if there's any access issues or something that you need to know for the job, you can set these here. Then along here, we've got our tasks. You can set tasks, but I'll come to show you this afterwards. Here we've got the calendar. Here we've got a job sheet that I just mentioned. So here, side access, yes, no, restriction, noise levels. So you can set this to whatever you need, whether you need a digger, etc. So you can create these individually, but I'll show you these afterwards. So coming back to this, you've also got a timeline for this job. So here you can see we've added the health and safety policy, we added the site survey, we created the job. So it will show you everything that you've got for this timeline, and then it will show you your notes, your videos, your images, whatever you've got. So coming back to the jobs. So here, open the calendar, and straight away we pull this job through to the calendar. So here you've got your client's name, and here you've got the actual job. But if you wanted, when you open calendars, you've got all your clients, you can search through your clients, you can add them into the job, you can select which colleagues you want to send to do the job. So you're adding these in. So here you're going to select the date. So let's just go the 12th at 11 o'clock to the 12th at 12 o'clock. Additionally, if I want to come, I can just change this here. And then here we've got recurring schedules. So if you are doing, say, garden maintenance, you can choose, depending on what your job is, whether it's weekly. If it's weekly and they want you to come every 6 weeks, you can come here to weekly, put this to 6 weeks. But for this, let's just do monthly. So you want this one every monthly, but if you wanted, someone wanted you to come every 2 months, you'd change this to 2 months. Then here you'd be able to change this to, if it's monthly for the year, you'd be able to put that, and this will add into the calendar this job every month for that year. So I'm not going to use this now for the purpose of this, but here you've got, I'll show you these in a minute. So you've got your different color systems, so you know what you're going to do at specific jobs. So you've got all your different variations. I'm just going to put something, order materials, just so that you can see it on here. So here is our job. Save. So that's been created. So we've got this here, order materials. So here we've got the details of the job that you can open up, see the job. You can edit the job. So here you can see that you've got this. If you needed to change the categories, you can. If you needed to change who's going there or change the times, you can do that here. But within the calendar system, you can view monthly, weekly, daily. You can go through, view different things. So here we've got an irrigation system. I can, again, as I said, open to edit this. If this is when you're doing your recurring dates, if you're adding 12 dates to the year, one of them will at least fall on a Sunday. So if you come along, you can just move that along to the Monday. Again, if you come into your week view, you've got the system here. You can then extend the time if you need to extend the time or change anything. So you've got full flexibility within the calendar system to do everything that you want. So obviously coming back to the jobs, you've got all your jobs in one place. So you've got all your jobs. You can search via different jobs. You can select different categories of jobs if you need to see. And here we've got these down as estimates, but as it comes through to, so you've got it to quotation, and then it will come through to invoice as you come to invoice, which is another color. So here you've got all your clients within the system. So you've got all your different clients, you've got different details about the client. Again, if you just want to open the calendar for a specific client, someone's phoned you, you want to add them in, you've got a timeline for the client, you've got again your notes, you've got your uploads, etc. for everything here. And then if you want to add a client, you can add a new client in here and add all their details, their address and all that kind of stuff. So we've got a suppliers list. So in here, you've got all the different suppliers that you're buying from. So if I just open this up, you can see here you've got your, say this is Travis Perkins, you've got an account reference. So any detail, any elements that you need, you can have someone with your team open this, call through, have the reference number and make any purchases. So you can save all these types of details here. So here you've got your actual products, which is where you create your forms and your list, but I won't go so much into this now. We've got detailed variations of this, of instructions if you sign up. Here we've got live pricing. So we've set up live pricing from Screwfix on this. We're adding more and more as we go along. So we'll have Travis Perkins here, Lawson's, etc. So that if you need to find the live price of something, you can find that and search here. So here you've got all your colleagues. You add all your different colleagues in. If you want to add a new colleague, you add their email and their password. But here you've got their level of user. So the system's created with security in place. So every user you add, you'll decide what they can and can't do within the system. And you've got a lot of variations that you can set for these. Again, you can click on the timeline so you can see what timeline of events each person's got. We've got documentation here. So here you can set up all your documents and create all your health and safety documents and reports in here that you can, risk assessments, you can set these to different customers as you need. So here we've got this health and safety report. So you can see it's very conclusive. You can open it up in a PDF and see it as a PDF here. So here you've got this details. If you needed to edit anything, you can edit this. And as you see here, we've got your company name. So this will add our company name. If you wanted to add a contact name or the client's name, you can add all these different elements in here automatically. So it will automatically populate per job. If you needed to add another section into this part, you'd miss something, you can add a section here and automatically it will refresh. And then once it refreshes, you'll see that it comes up as number 2 in that section. Again, we can just delete that. That's not needed. So every time you'll do that, it will refresh so that you can see it live. So that's gone now. So you can see you've got that all the way down here. And then if you wanted to add a new section, you click here and then you'll be able to add a section. And you can add tables in here and you can add images. So here we've got our templates. So here's the email templates. So here, this is what you're sending out. Here you've got the different variations that you can add in here. So here you can see what quote type, the job title, payment button, the contact name, your different elements, which I'll show you in a second. You've got PDF templates and we'll be adding more and more PDF templates as you go. So here we've got this one selected, but you've got other templates that you can choose from. And here we've got our job documents. So we've got a site survey. So here you can see that you've got your site access, you've got restrictions. If you need to add an input, you can add one. You can edit and add different content to this and change this as you go. So in here we've got all the settings. So here's the access controls. So this is where you've got your different level of security. So when you set someone up, you can see that they've got staff, moderator, boss, level 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can select all of this. So you can see boss 4 has got access to everything. And then as we add new elements, we add that here so that you can add that in here. Your accreditations. So this is to go into your invoice and estimates. So here you can just choose what accreditation you want to use, add an image, and add that in so it looks more authentic when you send out. So company details. Here you upload your logo. You've got your VAT number, your registration number, your business address if you're trading as. So you've got all that adds into your access controls. Okay, all that adds into your details. Sorry, my internet's going slowly. So company settings. So here you can choose what your last quote number was, what your last invoice number, etc., etc. These are the days until chase quote, so it will notify you when you send out. If you haven't heard back from someone, it will notify you within 3 days to chase that up. Here you've got your VAT. You can choose what VAT rate you're on. If you're not on any of these VAT rates for whatever reason, you can then set your own VAT number. Okay, so if I show you next the email configuration, so this is really important. So most systems, if you've got a software and you're it's sending out emails from all different places, it always lands in client spam. So here we've set up this SMTP relay. So when you open up this, you put in all your different details. Well, actually, sorry, first of all, you put in here, add your name, etc. So it creates an account here. Then you open up this and you put in your SMTP details. So everything you send out from the system will automatically send out from this specific business email that you're using. So if you look in your sent folder in your phone or on your computer, you'll be able to see that it's come out directly out of that. So here we've got the calendar settings. So within the calendar settings, you've got all your different colors that you can choose so that when you're on the calendar, you can see what you can recognize straight away what particular jobs are. Obviously, it takes a little bit of time to get used to what they are, but once you've been using it for a while, you remember. So as soon as you see yellow, you'll know it's lighting, etc., etc. So here we've got a timeline. So the timeline shows everything that we've done within the system. So you can see we created an event earlier, which was on the calendar and jobs, etc. So everything that, and you can see that it tells you what colleagues you've put in here and all that kind of stuff. So everything you do within the system is kept and stored inside the timeline. So you've got the health and safety reports that we did and the site surveys. And then additionally, you've got a timeline for individual clients that you can check. You've got a timeline for individual jobs and for all your different colleagues as well. So this way you can always see when something's been put in the system, who's done it, and everything's stored and kept. So here we've got the managed merchant section that I showed in the products. So at the moment we've only got one merchant, which is Screwfix, which we've ticked to Screwfix. But as we add more and more and more, you'll be able to decide where you want the live pricing to come from. So if you didn't want Screwfix and we had Travis Perkins, you'd tick Travis Perkins and untick this. And when you search for something, you will only search from Travis Perkins. And what we do is we scrape their site every day so that you can then see the live pricing daily of whatever it is that you need. Here at the moment, we've got QuickBooks set up, so you can set all your account up and sync all your customer data, send all your invoicing through to QuickBooks and have everything here. But we are also in the process of putting through Xero and adding that so that you've got all your account systems coming from here. So here we've got the general subscriptions. So we've got 3 different subscription levels, £50 a month. These are all excluding VAT, £125 a month and £250 a month. So for 50, it's 1 to 30 jobs. And the reason we put it as jobs is that obviously you send out your estimates, you send out your invoices, clients might ask for some changes within the invoice, you send it out, so it just counts as one job. And then you've got 31 to 90 for 125, and 91 to unlimited. So for all plans, you get full access to everything, so that you've got complete business management. And the way the system works is that it automatically calculates what you're using. So you don't need to worry if you've got a busy month one month and then you've got a quiet month another month to think that you need to change the subscription. It changes for you. Then scrolling down, we've got the tasks. So if you've got specific members, you've got a job, you're sending specific members to it. So let's just say here, you can choose whatever it is you've got all your different clients that you can choose from. Let's just come to this. So we've got a garden revamp. You want to send Danny Williams there, and it's going to happen on, let's just say it's tomorrow, so you've done it, well, let's do it at 12, but you set it to the morning, and you want him to be there for, well, let's say 2 hours. We're coming to 2 o'clock. You can add this as a recurring schedule again, like we did previously on the calendars. I won't do this for now. So here you're going to write a description of what you want them to do. Laying a patio, whatever elements it is. I was thinking in my mind garden maintenance, which is why I put 2 hours. But whatever, you can write down your complete description of everything you want them to do at the job. If you want to upload files, then when they log in themselves, they will come here and they'll find that they've got a notification. They'll click on the notification. It will bring them through to a task. And when they come through to the task, it will open their details like this, and they'll be able to then add in images or videos from their phone to show you at the end of it what they've done. And also additionally on their side, they can mark it as complete, incomplete. So if they need to come back the next day, if it's a patio fitting, they haven't finished everything, they need to come back the next day. But you'll be able to see all those jobs and what's been done. So if you've got several different staff out at different places on the same day, at the end of the day, you'll be able to see who's done what and what type of stuff's been achieved for the day. So mailboxes, once you've set up your mailbox, everything is in here. If you wanted to have your different emails here, you can be able to compose an email and set up all this type of stuff and send out your emails and use this. So here you've got your inbox, your sent box, and all that kind of stuff. Here we've got support tickets. So anything that you're stuck with in the system, you add a ticket, add a new ticket, choose what category it's from, add in your ticket, and then send it through to us, and we'll come back and speak to you about it. So what we do is we're asking people, if you've got something in the system that you feel would really improve it and that you would really like to for us to consider building it, then you send us a support ticket. We'll read it, we'll reply to you, we'll assess that, and if it's something that we feel will really improve the system and that is necessary for many people, we will build that. And it doesn't matter how complex it is, we will still do it. And additionally, what we're going to add soon is a little poll section. So if we're coming up with new ideas to add, we'll put a poll out and send it through to people, and people will be able to vote for what they want. So the most votes will be the next thing that we build. So we really want to work with you guys to improve the system and really make a flawless software that will really help you manage your business. So the idea is saving hours of time that you can choose to either put back into your business, put back into work time, or put back into your family time. And as you've seen from the estimation tool, to be able to price a fence, you can do that in someone's garden directly in front of them within 2 minutes. There's no need to write down calculations, go away, and then find the time after work to estimate the job price, or take time off work to estimate the job price. Everything can be done immediately. So any suggestions you have, please, we welcome them and look forward to working with you. Thank you.